As Poet Laureate, Deborah will serve a 2-year term and work closely with the Houston Public Library and my Office of Cultural Affairs to implement a community outreach project, create videos and poems to share on social media, to promote poetry in Houston, and mentor the Houston Youth Poet Laureate through writers in the schools. She will also be on hand with a new poem at my State of the City on May the 4th. Can't wait to see it. Now motivate me now, inspire me. Motivate me. Deborah was selected from Houston's diverse literary arts community, including both page poetry and spoken word poetry, through a competitive and open application and interview process involving a volunteer panel, which included the first daughter, Ashley Turner, outgoing Poet Laureate Dr. Robin Davidson, and local literary arts experts. I want to thank Dr. Davidson for her service to Houston and recognize the great works she did with her community project, Houston's Favorite Poem Anthology, which will be released later this year. Hopefully the poem I selected makes the cut. Deborah is known as DEEP, D-E-E-P, to the poetry community, which stands for Determined to Excel in Everything Promised. I like that. Determined to excel in everything promised. Oh, that applies to pensions. She is driven to stretch the definition of poetry beyond the traditional understanding, and does this by using music, dance, and visual arts in her work. In addition to being a published page poet and internationally recognized slam poet, she has released 2 albums of original song and poetry. Our youth poet laureate, who unfortunately is not here today, Farina Arafin, is a junior at the High School of Performing and Visual Arts. She is Houston's 2nd youth poet laureate and succeeds Andrew White, a graduate of HSPVA and a freshman at New York University, who now serves as the U.S. Regional Youth Poet Laureate and is in the running to be the National Youth Poet Laureate as well. In addition to being mentioned by Ms. Mouton, Arafin's 1-year term includes a scholarship and a book publication. The Youth Poet Laureate Program is an initiative led by the writers in the schools with coordination from the Mayor's Office of Cultural Affairs, Deborah Mouton, where is she? Oh, standing right there with me, and the Houston Public Library. Arafin was chosen out of many talented applicants between the ages of 14 and 19 to represent the city of Houston at city and statewide events. She draws inspiration from her mother, who works at a gas station to support her and raise her daughter to love the poetry of the Bengali people, to whom she regards as poets at heart. As Houston Youth Poet Laureate, Arafin hopes to make the written word more accessible across communities, and especially interested in using public art as a vehicle for poetic expression and social change. Farina is not able to be with us today, but Deborah is here, and I'd like to invite her to share a poem and a few words that I am told you just recently wrote, correct? Between the time that I asked if you had something this morning, I asked if she had something this morning, and she has written something since this morning. And so, Deborah, why don't you come and share with us what you have, and then I'll share with them what I wrote after you have
Thank you to the mayor and to the city of Houston for this opportunity. Thank you to my family and friends for being here to support me. You guys, I love y'all very much, and I love this city. And so being here only for about the last 10 years of my life has given me a different perspective, and so the poem that I wrote today kind of hopes to reflect that. When a body receives a new organ, within hours it decides if it will let the dust settle, if it will calmly open its veins, let the blood flow in, or condemn it to a cancerous expulsion. When a city receives a new transplant, within days it has to decide to spew me out or let me rest a weary while, to drain all that I saved on a wish, to offer me a bed on the back of kindness. It has days to prove to me not to pack the truck back up, that there will be love here if I hold the hand of the bayou long enough, if I surrender to the humidity, cast aside a language I have perfected for a steed sighting at an unfamiliar street name. It has taken years to convince me that my accent doesn't have to be lost to fit in. Synapses firing me back to live a second life in a new body, to speak on an old memory in a new tongue. Here where the stars shine lone and cold sometimes. Here where the sun warms me to a pulsing action. And I know Houston might just let me stay as one of her own for good.
And let me see this right here. That was good. In fact, I asked if she would present something this morning, and Janice conveyed that request, and so she wrote this out this morning. So what you heard today is what she put together as of this morning. Thank you very much. Any questions to Deborah? Okay. Let me just say that the event, the reception for Deborah as well as the Youth Poet Laureate will be in this month. The date will be April the 25th, right around 5:30 or so, at the Houston Public Library, and we're inviting those who have a strong passion or a passion for the arts, for poetry, for the written word, dance, you name it, to come and join us. We'll have a little jazz there as well. But it will be at the library. We want to place a strong emphasis on the arts, and for people to express who they are, to be who they are. This is what this city is all about, to find that creativity within them. So thank you so very, very much for sharing that, and you will hear her again at the State of the City on May the 4th as my guest and presenter. Okay, thank you all. Appreciate you.